Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 157th episode of the Voluntary Viewing Podcast, recorded on September 19th, 2021. On the podcast today, we have amateur football broadcast announcer Ryan Holtz.
Hey, someone give me money to call football games. I notice things sometimes that the broadcast doesn't. Pay me money. I noticed an illegal forward motion on a Devontae Adams touchdown against Jalen Ramsey that no one fucking talked about. And I felt like I was taking crazy pills. And then it happened again this week. And I was like, that was a legal forward motion. And then they called it. And I was like, thank God.
Who did it?
So it is a penalty. It's not my fault. It's not that I don't know the rules.
Is Booker gaslighting you right now?
If anyone's going to gaslight you,
Mike
it's Booker.
Pereira.
No, it's normal to shit your pants on the field. It's totally fine. Everyone does it. You're crazy for not doing
the game. Yeah, if you have to leave the game, you're hurting your team.
No, I'm not going to tell that story. Also on the podcast today, we have...
That sounds like a story.
Yeah. Can I just get into it?
Also on today's podcast, we have Lucas, who's going to tell us a fucking awesome story, apparently.
So yesterday, I was maybe about 4 miles into my 16-mile run and realized that I had mistimed my meals for the day to coincide with my run. So I am a quarter of the way into it, and my stomach is in knots. So trying to keep it together, though. Trying to get home. Kind of have to do the half-run, half-walk thing, though.
Oh, my God.
I don't think I've ever been as defeated as I was in my entire life. I don't think I've ever been as defeated as I was when I walked into that gas station, like, peeked around both corners. The person behind the counter was like, hey, man, can I help you with anything? And I said, yeah, do you guys have a bathroom? And they said, oh, no, we don't. And I just reply with, oh, okay, thanks. And then have to just clench my, like, all of my like, my entire abdominal, not just, like, the abdominal muscles, but, like, my internal organs in the remaining 2 miles back to my apartment.
So wait,
Damn.
You got 4 miles in, realized you had to take a shit, and didn't go into a place to try to take a shit for another 12 miles?
I thought...
Oh, no, sorry, 10 miles?
I'm assuming you turned around right away, right?
Yes. I mean, I was at the turn point, but like...
So 2 miles later, you were like, it's getting real bad.
Right.
Time to check a gas station.
Yeah. The route I'm running, Andrew, is like a series of 4-mile stints. Yeah.
Okay. I thought you had like a 16-mile loop, got 4 miles in, you're like, I gotta shit. And then tried to just make it all the way back.
No.
Tell the truth. How... When was your... That's when I should have turned around, Mark. Like 4 miles, it sounds like 4 miles is when it got desperate. When was it? Was it like 1 mile and you were like, this is when I should have just called it a false start, used the bathroom, and then went back out and just kept running?
Yeah. And you know, maybe 2.5, 3 miles. Maybe like with the gift of 2020 hindsight, I would have thought that, yeah, no, that was bad vibes. That wasn't just like, oh wow, abs are a little weird on this run. I don't know, I can shake it off, you know, to get the lactic acid move. Nope, that was a harbinger of things to come.
Damn. I have never had that happen while exercising. It sounds like a nightmare.
You know, people describe pants shitting terror fairly liberally. They use that to describe a lot of situations, but no, that is a very particular kind of fear when you're staring that down.
You know where the ideal emergency bathroom is?
Where?
Grocery stores, man.
Yeah.
No one ever gives a fuck.
No.
They're usually not necessarily the cleanest.
Not at all.
But you can walk in, not buy anything at all and go straight to the bathroom. Like
If they have
every
one, though.
single grocery store.
I'd say most grocery stores
Really?
have bathrooms. I have been in grocery stores, unfortunately, that do not have bathrooms.
I've been to like bodegas, like when it's like a smaller, like a corner market type thing. I don't think I've ever been to an actual full-fledged grocery store with like a parking lot and stuff that feels like they're going to have a bunch of employees. What do they do?
I've rolled into a Walmart bathroom to take a leak. And that's like the only reason I'm in that Walmart, but no, nothing that dangerous.
Walmart bathrooms are some of the worst bathrooms, though.
Yeah, that's pretty
They're
rough.
sad. Yeah.
Worse than any grocery store.
I would have definitely gone for a restaurant, I think, before gas station. Gas station's so used to people
Run
just
into
trying
like a
to mooch.
steakhouse.
Okay, not a
Yeah.
steakhouse, but
And
like
how
a
many will be
normal
dining with you?
restaurant.
None. Bathroom now. Where?
Like a normal restaurant. Like, I guess there are some, and you could bet wrong, like the Chipotles, where they have bathroom codes, but
Oh, that's
I feel
right.
like for just a normal sit-down type restaurant, if you just walk in and have confidence, no one's going to be like, stop. Just run straight to the bathroom and no one's going to be able to stop you.
Wearing my workout clothes that added to the embarrassment a little bit. Like everybody in that gas station knew what I was going through in that moment. Like
Just a little panicked. Just breathing heavier than you even should be after running 7 or 8 miles.
yeah.
Also, I've never understood, what can a gas station just not have a bathroom? Like, where does the employee go?
They have one, but it's not like available to the public or whatever.
Then say, hit me up, fam. I'm desperate here. Help a fellow human. It's getting real bad.
This is gonna go one of two ways for you, buddy. Let me tell you, I've been where you've been. You do not want it to be the latter.
Yeah. I have no idea, man. Yeah, I think grocery store is always a good go-to, and then like, when it comes down to it, no one's going to stop you in a restaurant.
Yeah.
At least not in time.
No. Anyway, hi, I guess that's my introduction. I'm Lucas DeRuyter. That was definitely the low point of my weekend, but the high point was, that propaganda article was published, very well received, by and large, having some great conversations with people online because of the connections that are happening because of that article, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this side of being a writer. It's neat.
Hell yeah.
Also on the podcast today, we have Andrew Clark, a man who I also hope had a lovely weekend. I don't know, man. I did a bad job keeping in touch. What'd you get up to?
You did a bad job of keeping in touch.
Yeah,
I don't think that's true. I think we touched base at some point, but I just hung out with my parents, got kind of shanghaied into going and hanging out with their friends for the entirety of Saturday and Saturday night. Went to a bar called Antlers that none of us had ever been to, and there were a lot of antlers, and the pizza was okay.
Okay.
It was okay pizza. It's hard to make pizza that's not like just good.
Oh,
This was
no.
okay pizza.
Was it wild pizza? Did they throw some experimental stuff on there?
No,
or...
although someone did, like, because we got 2 large pizzas, and someone's like, let's make one of them the bacon cheeseburger pizza. And it's like, no, that's not good.
No.
It was just hunks of ground beef and really undercooked bacon just underneath the cheese.
Oh, no.
And, like, that really thin, like, crunchy, burnt, like, pub pizza that's, like, good if you're, like, piss drunk.
Yeah.
And it's $6.
Mm-hmm.
But this was, like, a $15 pizza. And I wasn't drunk. So.
Okay, then.
Anyway, yeah. Weather was great.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
Garbage.
What?
What?
It's a garbage to your weekend.
Oh, okay.
No, I had a good weekend. Just not good
1
pizza.
out of 10.
No. Not fair.
I mean, look, bad pizza can ruin a weekend.
I do want to say one other thing about my
bad pizza
weekend,
almost
though.
ruined my weekend. Go ahead.
So, I was back home in the Fox Valley, listening to some Fox Valley radio and shit, and I heard a Cellcom commercial. Cellcom is a local, cell phone company, and they had a commercial where it was like, Cellcom's good for everyone, whether you're a doctor in De Pere or a teacher in Beloit, and then just went on to name like 10 different occupations mixed with random Wisconsin cities, or even if you're one of the best left tackles in the NFL and charged with protecting a franchise QB. Isn't that right, David Bakhtiari? Right. Thanks, David.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
One word.
It's a radio ad too. Which,
Oh.
You could just hire someone.
Yeah, I know. It's completely
No one knows what
unnecessary.
David Bakhtiari sounds like.
They paid David Bakhtiari, I assume, a pretty hefty chunk of change to say one word. And, yeah, they could have just gotten any fucking guy. There's no guarantee David Bakhtiari would have heard it. These people might not have known.
Well, while we're talking about radio ads, I know the recall election is over, but can I take a second to shout out the Larry Elder ad I heard a couple of times?
Do it.
So this radio ad opens with a guy borderline shouting something to the effect of, "Shame on you, Gavin Newsom. You remind me of the guy in high school who stole my girlfriend." And then moved on to a different girl. And like, what? What? Hold on.
Are you serious?
And then it goes on for like another minute and eventually goes to like, and that's why you should vote for Larry Elder, blah, 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 blah. But no, this is already a crazy person's argument.
I have been made a cuckold, and you remind me of that man.
Right?
I thought it was an actual claim. At least Hassan Piker might have misheard it as an actual claim. That, someone was alleging that Gavin Newsom had sex with his girlfriend when he was in high school. And then, totally moved on and ruined, their relationship for nothing. That was Hassan Piker's introduction. He was just like, Gavin Newsom, girlfriend fucker. He will have sex with your girlfriend or your mom if you don't have a girlfriend. That's what he does. That's his main thing.
Taken aback every time I heard that on the radio for the 2 weeks it was playing.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
That's crazy person stuff.
And we're going to get to other crazy stuff in News of the Week. Andrew, would you believe me if I told you that according to the Dying Light 2 developers, Techland, the game is totally coming out? It's happening. Don't listen to the haters. But it is going to be delayed until February of next year.
I did not hear that it was delayed again. It is coming out. The game it looks like it's mostly made. There's been a couple of different gameplay trailers. The game is there. But yeah, I keep going back to that just insane, this belonged on Insane Person Tweets. Just that weird promo that they did before they released the release date trailer, because the game hadn't had any news in 18 months, and they just read all of the hate-filled comments that were being left on YouTube videos and on Twitter,
and then crediting the people who posted them so they get the clout.
It's just oh, your game's never coming out, you fucking loser. Oh yeah, well, and then the release date. It's just insanity. They should never have done that. That was so uncomfortable.
No.
Yeah, I totally believe the game would be delayed. Absolutely. I was looking forward to it. I was going to play it this year and probably put it on the top 10s, even if it wasn't good.
Oh, really? Okay. Huh.
I really liked Dying Light 1.
Okay.
I thought it was a super underrated game.
Cool.
It was just fun to play.
I saw a lot of people who liked it.
Good schlocky video game, from what I understood from what I remember seeing you play freshman year in the dorms.
Yeah. Super campy, but like just fun to play.
I feel like I kind of ended up roping it in my mind with Dead Island.
Oh yeah,
Same people.
Oh, it is the same people.
Well,
okay.
So the people
Well, then there you go.
made Dead Island, and then they were gonna make Dead Island 2, and that was a shit show, and like half the company left and started their own company, Deep Silver or something. And then they made Dying Light, because like Dying Light was kind of what they wanted to do with Dead Island 2, but the two halves of the organization didn't agree on it. So then they made Dying Light, and then they were going to make the sequel, and now they're trapped in this fucking cycle of controversy again.
Say, did half the company leave, and now they're going to make, I don't know, deceased
Peninsula.
Sun. Deceased Sun. And that's going to be what they wanted Dying Light 2 to be, and it just forever keeps spitting off.
Corpse Jumper.
No.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. It's also weird that Activision-Blizzard is... Okay, it's not weird, it's expected. But Activision-Blizzard is now being sued by a digital workers' rights group, code CWA, for using intimidation and coercive tactics to prevent their employees from attempting to end the company's forced arbitration policy.
Yeah, but don't join union. They're thugs.
Yeah. It's totally okay, though. They did cover up some women in in-game World of Warcraft paintings, so problem solved. They're not sexist anymore.
Yeah.
They fixed it.
They're done. They did it.
What more do you want from them? There's less titty in World of Warcraft now. That was the entire controversy, right?
Yeah, that's why you were mad at us, I thought.
Huh. Family Guy will no longer be syndicated on Adult Swim and instead is going to run on the Disney-owned FXX.
FXX is like the weirdest shit ever to me.
I don't get it.
Because like it started as like, we're going to have FX be for dramas, and FXX is going to be comedies.
Yep.
Because like Always Sunny was moving to FXX, and that's how they were going to like launch FXX. But now, like, yeah, What We Do in the Shadows, their biggest show, arguably, right now, is on FX, even though it's a comedy. So it's just like, so what's the fucking point? And now they have FX on Hulu, even though that's just Hulu.
Yeah.
Like, it's FX branded. So it's just like, wait, what the fuck? What's the point?
Are they still doing the thing on FXX where, like, 3 times a week, the entire day's programming block will just be episodes from The Simpsons?
Probably. I don't know.
Huh.
Cable scheduling gets wild, man.
Right.
Cable scheduling is just about inventory, not so much about actually trying to get ratings. Just, can we fill 24 hours a day?
All right. Monday, 16 hours of The Simpsons. Tuesday, 16 hours of Family Guy. Rinse, wash, repeat for all of November. We're good to go. Oh, but make sure the Thanksgiving episodes are playing on Thanksgiving, obviously. But, yeah. Outside of that, good to go.
Yeah. They're saying Adult Swim saved it. I never watched it on Adult Swim. I always watched it on TBS.
Damn. Oh, yeah. Well, that's
back
also...
in my day, man.
That's also Warner owned, right? So it's probably off of TBS now, too, probably.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, probably, but it's interesting.
No, yeah,
I remember because they would air marathons of Family Guy, like 3-hour marathons, so you could watch 6 episodes.
Fuck yeah.
And like every Monday night or something. And it was just like, that's how I watched Family Guy when I was Family Guy age, middle school, early high school. I was like, this is funny. This is really funny.
I think, I think the back end of that is that Family Guy started out as more of like a cult hit from reruns on Adult Swim. And that was a part of what made the show profitable in its early seasons, to the point where even after it was canceled the first time, but then brought back because of the success of the reruns, when it looked like it'd be canceled again going into the 4th season, Seth MacFarlane, I forget what his production company was, they were going to just do it anyway because they knew they would get picked up by Cartoon Network Adult Swim, but then Fox walked it back, and then, yeah, this deal kept persisting, but no longer.
Yeah, I like that shit. They call it what? The Cartoon Network adjacent cable network. It's like adjacent. It is Cartoon Network.
It's just
the channel's literally called Cartoon Network.
What time does Adult Swim come on in Los Angeles?
It comes on the same time every market, in theory. Well,
but like,
it comes on the same time on the East Coast as the West Coast. So whenever it comes on Central, 1 hour later than that in LA.
Okay.
Most cable networks have an East Coast feed and a West Coast feed. So that's why it says like on 7 Central or whatever. Like, because Central just takes the East Coast feed and then they refeed it for the West Coast broadcast. So I don't know. Does it start at 10 in Central? I don't know.
I think it's like 8 now.
Really?
I mean, it's softer programming. It's like Dragon Ball, like at 8.
They ramp into...
Yeah.
They ramp into Robot Chicken and Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Or
they don't want 8-year-olds. Whoa.
No, because that's exactly what I was worried about. Because if it didn't adjust like that, I'd be like, wait, so fucking 8-year-olds could be watching Squidbillies at 8 p.m. here?
Squidbillies.
Oh.
God damn. It's the worst thing ever. Or that, like, Satanist dog show.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force fucked with me, man. That shit made me uncomfortable as like a,
child,
teenager.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, not even as like an 8-year-old. Like as someone who's probably 13, 14. I was just like, what? It made me feel like I was in hell. It made me feel like something wrong was happening. Okay. It's like watching a Racerhead in college.
Ryan, not a heavy drug user, is a teen. Okay, good to know.
One of the ramp-up shows on Saturday is Final Space. I didn't even know that was on Adult Swim.
Oh, yeah. I think that's getting like a week delay, but yeah, that's what it's done for season 2, at least. Air on TBS and then... No, wait, they changed it, right? It was premiering on Adult Swim and then would air eventually on TBS because that show got real bad real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was on TBS at 10:30 after American Dad.
No new American Dad episode last week. I was disappointed.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. No explanation either. A little concerned about my baby.
It was a repeat, right?
No, new season.
No, I know, but they aired a repeat of American Dad.
Yeah.
Just needed a break. Production cycles and stuff, probably.
That's fair. You deserve a little downtime. Okay, this is brushing into some weeb shit, but here we go. A bizarre lawsuit is emerging where former Good Smile, which is the company that sells most Nendroid and other high-quality figures, executives are accusing the company of profiting from 4chan, tax evasion, and selling, quote, over-sexualized anime figures depicting minors, which they claim violates U.S. obscenity laws. This happens as Good Smile is suing the former employees for allegedly using proprietary information to bolster their own business by taking partnership opportunities away from Good Smile.
Think you're gonna know mine and Andrew's opinion.
What is it?
Over-sexualized images of minors
is bad.
What a weird thing in anime. That's never...
It's very uncommon.
Ever.
It's not like one of the main selling points.
I did die a little inside when I walked into that Burbank like touristy anime store in what's that street, Ryan? Segunda?
San Fernando,
yeah. And
downtown strip.
There was The girl, one of the girls from Demon Slayer, who I think in series is like 14, was just on a body pillow for sale. That hurt me.
That's
that did psychic damage.
That's the norm, Lucas.
That's kind of older than I feel like.
What?
Bro.
Yeah.
Look at these figurines, man. That girl's like 5. Come on, man.
All right, it's been a minute since I went through this article. We got JoJo at the top. Dig it. Good call.
Nothing wrong with that.
God. That's a baby
let's look at this
in stockings.
Nendoroid Avante. Looks like she's literally, a baby.
What? Okay, come on. Whatever Pride of Eden is, Wiki, don't let me down.
Red Pride of Eden.
Okay,
Avante.
even they could say she's 35. They could give her any fucking age they want to. They created her to look like a baby. She is an infant. Doesn't matter what. She could be 87 years old.
They're all sold out, by the way.
Oh, no.
That specific toy is all sold out.
They do limited runs. Keep demand up. It's not ethical, but that's the business.
It's being sold on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
On Amazon. How old is she, Lucas? I couldn't find it.
No, I couldn't find it either.
Oh my god, I found a Reddit thread. Nendoroid, the subreddit. I don't know her, but I am going to PO her because she's super cute. She's so aesthetically pleasing. One of the cutest Nendoroids I've ever seen. This would probably be the most non-safe for work Nendoroid in my display. Maybe time to plan a separate private display. There is a looter one. She has a choker and a half Ahegao face.
Wait, how do you do half of the eye? Oh, okay.
Oh, are you curious, Lucas? They posted the link. There you go.
No.
Also, I guess
No.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, man.
It's so bad.
The bottom one's really bad.
Oh boy, yeah.
Fuck, man.
At a certain point, laws need to be made.
Also, I think this is for a smartphone game that's not available in the US. I think that's what this franchise is.
I wouldn't put anything past weebs.
Yeah.
Come on, man. They're gonna find a way.
I can't play this legally, but I'm gonna buy the action figure.
I mean, VPNs exist.
That's fair.
What is legality? Yeah, is this, like, not even a real, like, anime thing?
What do you mean?
What is Red Pride of Eden?
No, it's a smartphone game.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they don't even really have, like, probably a well-filled-out fan community.
I mean, they got the hardcore whales buying the figures and shit, and that's all you need nowadays.
I mean, on the Nendoroid subreddit, it sounded like most of the people had no idea who the fuck that was.
Right.
They all wanted to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Who is she?
Can't imagine why. She's a goddess.
Probably.
I don't fucking know, man.
No, I just imagine a bunch of weebs looking at this and going, "Who is she?"
Oh boy. Yeah, these are a lot of the stuff is Japanese, so. Oh no, Chinese. This one's Chinese. Interesting. New Beast Girl RPG. There are more than 50 cute Beast Girls with different personalities waiting for the players. Players will form a team called Pride with them, take risks together, increase intimacy, and become trustworthy partners to challenge each other together.
No.
Okay.
I think I'm done, guys.
Ooh, want to read a review?
Yes.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Difficulty spikes fast if you spread your resources thin. This is all written 100% in English, so...
Oh, of course it is.
I'm going to go ahead and say probably someone doing the quote-unquote illegal thing or whatever. I mean, these people seem like they're into the game. Oh, upon gaining a unit's 9th tier, you unlock her live art. I'm guessing you can guess what the live art looks like. Gold is the main currency. Seems generous with currency. Oh. As someone who mainly plays for the story, that's the main reason I gave it a try, along with the furry girls.
There it is!
Oh my god.
I love that.
Along with the furry
Well, I'm a
girls.
very serious gamer, so, like, here's why I gave it a try. I mean, also...
this is my kink, you know?
Yeah.
This is what I'm into.
You wake up in front of Avante. Oh.
Hey.
You can pull her from the gacha and the tier lists her as one of the strongest units in the game. That's the one that they had in there. Oh my god, dude. These girls are really young.
Yeah.
Yo. Is that how you pronounce it? Is it a gacha game?
Gotcha, yeah.
Yeah. It's a gacha
As in,
game.
gotcha, you're going to jail. You fucking
Ladies and gentlemen, we got
petter
him.
ass.
Well,
Petter ass.
Actually, it's a shortening of the Japanese word gachapon, which is the toy capsule game.
Oh,
Yeah.
because-
I thought I had it all together. I was astray. You walked away. No,
That's the FBI agents just smash everything in the house.
No, so hard to find. Don't find your train like the Yeah, the FBI agent smashing a vase against the wall for no reason. Yeah.
Anyway, this is a weird lawsuit. This sounds like two people who are in the shit countersuing on whatever might stick. So, good for them.
Imagine the judge in this case. Just
Guilty. Guilty. This isn't a criminal case, Your Honor. Guilty. Everyone involved goes to prison.
jail, straight to jail.
No,
We're in civil
enough,
litigation.
jail.
The most I'd have to do is pay like $5 million. Nope, you're going to prison.
Yeah.
So says I.
Jail.
I want this to play out. I want this to have a level of coverage as the Epic Apple lawsuit. And I want the judge to be weirdly invested in understanding all of this stuff. Basically, I want a stenographer to have to type, so you're saying she's 7 in dog years because she is a dog woman. Okay. Let the record show.
You want the judge to be into this sort of thing?
I want
That feels like a way for justice to get miscarried.
I want the judge not into it as in enjoys it, but like really breaking down what is going on here.
I pictured a weeb judge. It's just like, let the record state that although Avante is clearly a minor, she is best girl, so
No, I imagine
charges cannot be filed.
he has no idea what any of this is, but he's like discovering parts of himself he didn't know were there. And he's like, and Your Honor, I bring you Exhibit A. Here I have my client's original design, and it's like a sexy wolf girl or some shit. And here we have the plaintiff's design that was released 6 months later, and a very similar but even more sexualized wolf girl. Oh.
I'm gonna need a 5-minute recess to analyze this new evidence. It was submitted months ago.
All right, Judge, we helped you awaken something, so you're gonna push this lawsuit forward, right, and let us off of our charges? No, you guys definitely committed corporate fraud. But I have a new way to fill up my weekends now, so thanks for that.
Yeah. Hit me up when you fucking get out of debtor's jail.
Debtor's jail. It's not a thing anymore.
In the U.S., baby!
Basic.
Other countries.
We can just call it jail.
I think it was different, right? Wasn't debtor's prison like actually a separate population from like standard prison.
Yeah, no, debtor's prison was its own prison.
Yeah, it was because
It was so common. It's so fucking common.
It's not the same. It's just poor people
Yeah.
who can't make payments. It's not the same as fucking criminals who are murdering people and shit.
Well, no, but also like it was so they had to make a whole separate prison for people who couldn't make their payments. It was that prevalent, and they're like, "No, this is still normal. This is still a good idea."
Yeah. Are there any memes this week, gang?
I don't think I saw anything go super viral. Also, I dropped out of the Twitter game
That's right.
midweek, so...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't send you any more tweets now.
No, Lucas said the same thing. I have it. Like, I didn't delete my Twitter. I just don't have it on my phone so that I'm not constantly scrolling. Like, I'm totally down to check out tweets. I'm not, like, trying to purge. I just literally don't want to be constantly scrolling through social media. Like,
Okay.
if I get a cool thing that someone wants to share, that's totally chill with me.
All right. Good to know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any memes from my end either. Memes are dead.
Memes are dead, and so should you.
Jesus.
Memes are dead, and how I learned to love the bomb.
That's taking us into the breakouts. Andrew, you've been sitting on a couple of new games. How are those going?
Good. I just got Deathloop today. It arrived a couple days late. I have not played it yet, but I'm excited about that. It's gonna be the first game that I just bought in 2021 and played immediately. Mm-hmm. But I am still playing Ghost of Tsushima, which is a lot of fun. It is a really good game. I'm enjoying it so far. Not a 2021 game, but a game nonetheless.
Who would even argue that game came out in 2021?
Not I.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, definitely not the version that I'm playing. I'm playing the regular version. The director's cut came out this year, but whatever.
Are you being a sneaky boy, or are you walking into encampments and like, hey, I'll fight your strongest dude, and then we'll settle things that way? Because that makes sense. That's something people would agree to.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely an honorable man. I'm a samurai. Okay. I do as little stealthing as I can. Also, so the standoff feature is really cool. The fact that instead of sneaking in, you can just stand outside and yell, "Hey, pussies! Fight me!" And then they walk out and you get to do this, if you like time it right, you can kill their dude in one hit.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't like end there. And once you kill that guy, then everyone just fights you. And it's not always like the leader. It is just the closest guy to you.
Oh.
So like you can do that and kill just a random swordsman and then still have to fight the boss. But no, it's a lot of fun. The combat is really smooth. I enjoy it a lot. Mm-hmm. It's not quite as difficult, I imagine, as a lot of those Souls games. So it's more enjoyable. It's not just like, oh shit. Like I'm having fun playing it. But there is a good amount of timing and shit that you have to get down. So it's difficult to a degree. I've died a lot. But it's not super punishing.
Okay. Do you have any scope for how long this game is? How expansive it is?
I know there are 3 parts, and each part unlocks a new section of the island. I'm still in the first part, and the section of the island that I'm on it's big. Like it takes a long time to ride on your horse from one end to the other. You can still fast travel, but
yeah.
And from what I gather, this first part of the game is trying to, like, find, the different allies that you have that have been scattered across the island and get them to come together to go rescue your uncle who's being held captive by the Mongols. I don't know what happens after that, but, like, they're gearing it up as the end of this act will be going to the Mongol stronghold on this part of the island and trying to get your uncle back. I don't know how close I am to finishing that part. As far as I can tell, there's like 4 main allies that you have to get, and I have 2 of them.
Okay. Have you done any of the haiku power-ups yet, and what do you think of that system?
I did do a haiku. I don't know what the power-up is, because when I did it just gave me an article of clothing. It gave me a headband that has the haiku on it. So you can click on your headband and see what the haiku that you made was. It doesn't say any like stat buffs on it.
That's a bold fashion statement, just walking around with a poem on your forehead.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fucking cool.
All right. Fair.
I found hot springs where you then reflect. You just like go in the hot spring and then you decide what to think about. It's like, do you want to think about your dead dad or your captured uncle? Do you want to think about how tired you are or your favorite food? Like that kind of thing.
Okay.
And then that gives you an increase to your max health. And then I can follow birds around, and the birds will lead me to cool shit. If I can find foxes, they give me magic items. That's cool.
Sounds like a lot of good samurai shit. Ryan, what have you been checking out?
I've been stealing from Mr. Rubio a lot. It's been fun, man. When life gets you down, steal millions of dollars from a fake GTA billionaire.
So is
Fair.
this heist, I guess, procedural at all, where it's slightly different each time, or are you just like almost mechanically now able to go through these missions?
At this point, it's pretty mechanical.
Okay.
When it started, yeah, it was a little bit new and fresh, and like, oh, I don't know. Ooh, this is new. Ooh, that's weird. Oh, what do I do now? But yeah, at this point, I'm like, let's fucking go. Let's just grind, throw on a podcast, and just, yeah, turn off my brain.
There you go.
Not think about anything else.
Been there.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm an overthinker.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm in silence, I'm thinking. So
Yeah.
the ability to just actually quiet everything, like even when I'm reading or anything like that, my brain's working, you know?
Thinking them dark thoughts.
Yeah, when I'm literally able to just fucking actually block out everything, it's nice. So
Yeah.
it's Madden, but now I have another rotational piece there that I can throw in, which is nice.
Did you ever find out whether or not the upcoming versions of GTA 5 are compatible with the current versions out? Will you be able to port over all of this progress?
There's not confirmation. Like Rockstar's never said that. But the thing is, they almost have to.
Yeah.
Like they've done it once before, and like there's just not really much of a reason for them not to, because they're gonna keep rolling out content, and the amount of backlash that they'd receive from people if you couldn't port over your characters that they've been grinding for 8 years and just had to start from level 1, which I honestly don't even know how that would work game balance wise. Like starting as a level 1 in today's age, I literally don't even know how that would work. Like, because the stuff's just so expensive. It used to be, ooh, you could buy this cool sports car for $200K. Like, now it's like, nah, man, you gotta buy a $9 million submarine so that you can launch heists. And then, you know, if you do those heists and grind them long enough, you can make back that money in a couple weeks or whatever. But, like, it's almost an investment that's required. So, like, I don't know. I would be shocked if they didn't do it. And, like, if they didn't, there'd have to be some other rebalance going on. They'd have to reset the system somehow.
Right.
It couldn't just be, all right, now everyone's level 1, like 2013 all over again. Like there'd have to be some level of rebalancing and like giving people a bunch of material and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know.
I remember how long it took to be able to get an apartment in GTA early on.
Nowadays, most people have like 10 plus properties. And like, it used to be like, oh, you got a 10-car garage. So you got to be really picky and choosy about your 10 cars. Now there's, in your office building, you can have a 60-car garage. That's for one property. And then you can have like 9 more properties, which each have at least 10 cars. So, yeah, it's just not the same anymore.
I, for one, would welcome a GTA 5 2013 edition, just so I can pretend to be back in 2013, which wasn't great, but also we didn't realize how good we had it back then, how much worse it would get, and will continue to get.
Yeah. I'm about to fucking hyper-level Andrew is all I know.
Yeah.
If he's joining me on these quests, man, the amount of XP he's going to be getting... And then the money, like, we're going to be pulling down, like, I think at least 1.5 mil every heist. I think maybe even 2 per.
Yay!
Per person. And then, like, the XP and everything like that. We're going to get you set up for this next gen.
Yay!
So,
I guess... I don't even know the loop of GTA 5 online at this point. What does having infinite money allow you to do?
buy whatever you want, man.
Okay, so
there's going to be endless new content coming out. So there's always going to be the new thing, and you want that.
So you can have you can sexually role play in GTA 5 a lot easier now with infinite money.
That's only on PC.
Oh, okay.
You have to download the no pixel mod in order to do GTA RP.
Fair.
Yeah, requires a lot of modding, honestly.
No.
Yeah. What are you checking out, Lucas?
I'm still plugging away at Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fully back on the wagon.
First coffee, now Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Lucas picking up his vices.
There is a lot of, this is for me shit happening in this game. Like, oh shit, these two characters have a weird relationship because one dude, the dude's dad is the head of a country's army and killed, like, this girl's dad, who, it's basically like a Theon Greyjoy situation. It's weird. I'm eating it up, though. I'm eating up these kind of one-note character dynamics. One character is just on the verge of discovering that another character is just a, like, demigod that keeps reincarnating. Yeah, it's fun. It's weird. Not going in with a ton of depth on that, but I'm enjoying it. The combat mechanics, the progression mechanics are just drugs for me. I am addicted to this fantasy, building a team, basically just balancing a checkbook, but at the end of the day, you get +2 lance skills or whatever. Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Can't wait to overthrow the church.
Don't we all?
To that. Right?
None of us can wait to overthrow the church.
I will say it is a little bit of a whiplash how the game tries to present the church as like, oh yeah, this is like, well, okay, so like the branches of the church, they're like, no, they're doing some bad stuff. They're killing people. They're interpreting the gospel. The gospel.
It's like a hospital, but for gossip.
It's a hospital, but for your soul. But no, yeah, the main church is also just, yeah, we're killing people who don't believe what we believe. We're the good guys. You should side with us. Our Pope's a hot dragon lady.
Oh, yeah.
When you say hot dragon lady, you mean like a 12-year-old, right?
So she is thousands of years old, but she's also a MILF, so I think it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that would be the next thing, right?
What?
Yeah, we drew her to be 13, but she's a literal mom, so she can't possibly be underage.
This is her children, who is actually, 13, but also drawn to be just as hot.
No. No.
I want
What
to
have
die.
you done? What have you done?
I don't have it in me to go fully down this rabbit hole, guys. I'm sorry.
It's hanging by a thread.
Oh. Ooh, although I do have something to dish about, but that'll be longer than we have left in this call, so we should probably transfer over to the other one. Be right back. And we're back. Missed you guys. Yeah, so like I said at the top of this, response to my propaganda article, pretty positive. I am getting, one or two naysayers, one or two folks shouting me out on Twitter. Didn't care for what I had to say, though. I just want to let the world know that if you want to seemingly have a good faith, productive conversation about a piece of writing, you probably shouldn't open that conversation with, I don't think the person who wrote this actually read the media that they're writing about here. It's not a great start.
Starting off on a good foot.
No. And I will say, I will let the world know that I have slogged through My Hero Academia. I have read every one of those chapters. I was there. I was there when...
Don't you dare recite these words to me, troll. I was there when they were written.
I was there when the bad guys in this story beat up the KKK as a way to be like, see, our villains have depth. They're not evil. They beat up racists who are actually evil. But they still also want to take over the world and kill people. But, not racist. Yeah.
Fun.
Mm-hmm. I think that's taking us into the group chat.
Yeah.
What we do in the shadows is pretty good.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
It's killing it.
Mm-hmm.
Always has been, always will be.
Andrew, have you heard of the vampire lore that they need to sleep on top of their ancestral soil?
No.
No?
No, I have not
Okay.
heard that one. I've heard that they have to
couldn't-
sleep in the coffin they were buried in as mortals or something. I don't know if that's real or not. Or no. A way to
think
kill
they
them
die.
is to stake them to the coffin that they were buried in. That's one.
I don't think vampires die, though. Am I wrong?
Well, they have died in What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, but they didn't die, become corpses, and then
Oh,
reanimate
okay.
as vampires. They died while they were being turned to a vampire.
That was in Bram
but,
Stoker's
there was
Dracula.
no gap.
I don't
Oh, okay.
know
That's
in
fair.
broader vampire lore. In Dracula, that's what happens.
I feel like modern vampire lore, you get bit,
Yeah.
which kills you, but then they can, during the process, turn you into a vampire while crossing that mortal coil.
Mm-hmm.
So there's never an interruption of consciousness. You're just going from human to vampire. I don't know. But yeah, that was a plot point introduced, and yeah, me and Lucas were struggling with wait, is that
real?
canon or is this a new thing?
Yeah.
How does that come into play?
They go on vacation to the center of degeneracy, gambling,
Sin City, baby.
Atlantic City.
I knew it too. They played that joke up for a while,
Yep.
trying to get you to do Vegas, and I was like, they're in
No.
Staten Island. They are abso-fucking-lutely going to Atlantic City, and then the whole opening credits is just
Actual footage.
decrepit Atlantic City. Yeah, think the Always Sunny intro,
Mm-hmm.
but they did that with Atlantic City. So they're just driving around filming shitty check cashing places and like just dilapidated buildings and shit.
Like they're okay. So I feel like this was off the cuff. Like somebody on the crew was driving through Atlantic City, probably to a shoot, saw there was just a stray dog wandering around the parking lot, and then pulled out their phone to film that stray dog, and then it made it into the show.
Yeah. So yeah, but because they're like going away for multiple days, in order for them to get any sleep, they apparently have to sleep on their ancestral soil. Like, so usually they have it in like the base of their coffin, but they were just spreading it under their bed. And then the like hotel room service, or the hotel maid service, just vacuumed all up like all their ancestral soil.
So then they couldn't sleep. They just had to stay awake the whole time.
Their like powers were like draining, and they were, oh no, like, and so then they had to send Guillermo, their familiar, who was recently promoted to Vampire's bodyguard. He's no longer a familiar, to go get all of their ancestral soil. So he books a last minute flight round trip for $7,500 to go to London and then Greece and then go to Iraq.
Well, to go to Iran and then
literally sneak just past the fence so he can like scrape a little dirt into a
burlap sack. Yeah. It was good.
And so I guess the joke there was also, Guillermo just used all of his own money to...
Oh, no.
No, that was a plot point. They didn't have any money. So he goes to his buddy Sean. Laszlo goes to his buddy Sean. Johnny! His best friend in the whole world, who was in the Superb Owl episode where they get invited to a Super Bowl party. And they end up giving Sean the brain scramblies because they hypnotize him too much. So he's just really stupid. But then, like, it turns out that his wife, like, they've been having marital problems. Like, his wife likes him better that way. And, like, they kind of just have a happier marriage and stuff like that. So then the reason they're going to Atlantic City is so that Sean and his wife can renew their vows. But then, like, he's like, Sean, can I ask you a favor? Can I borrow your credit card and not tell you why? And he's like, can you borrow my credit card and not tell you why? Absolutely, Leslie. You're my best friend in the whole world, man. Like, take it. And he's like, but you're gonna have to pay me back soon, man. Like, and then they end up rigging a boxing match and putting a prop bet on it using their vampire powers once Guillermo gets back, so they can make back the money and give it to Sean, who then proceeds to put it all on red and probably gambles it all away anyway.
Not even red.
Because he has a severe gambling addiction.
Not even red. I think it was like lucky number 12.
Oh boy. Yeah, I don't even remember.
Oh boy, yeah. It was good. It was dumb. It was so. There's also a joke in this where, like at a lot of casinos, there is a Rat Pack impersonator group. But then the vampires are all old enough that they hung out with the actual Rat Pack.
Yeah. Nadja definitely fucked all three of the Rat Pack simultaneously.
And then there's just a moment where Laszlo says to the Frank Sinatra impersonator, "Excuse me, Mr. Frank Sinatra, I'm sorry, but the last time we hung out, I don't believe you were Chinese." Oh, ring-a-ding-ding.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
Very well. All right, good then. Yeah.
Fair enough. None of them recognize the fact that it's not the Rat Pack. Like, even though, it's like an older, overweight black guy of just really schmarmy looking white guy, and then, like an Asian guy. But they all just think like, oh, they're the Rat Pack. And then at one point, their first attempt to get money was to ask the Rat Pack for money, because they got a bunch of money. We hung out with them. Like, they're loaded. It's just impersonators. And it ends with Nadja basically threatening them, like, with their lives. Just like, I'll fucking kill you if you don't. And they're like, oh, she seems unwell. We should give her the money we have in our wallets. It's like $300 or something. So,
yeah.
That's fun.
That's a good time.
The entire season has been fun. Like, Andrew, there was an episode where and you have met this very high maintenance, late 40s, early 50s year old woman at some point in your life, probably multiple women like her in your life. She's turned into both a vampire and a werewolf.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's terrifying.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Nandor has fallen in love with a woman who, like, always, like, once every 10 years or so, just, like, rekindles their thing for, like, a little while, and then just when he's about to, like, propose and, like, make her a vampire so that they can live together forever, she always just bails. Just, like, walks out on him and then reappears in 10 years. So, like, when they started, yeah, she was just, like, a hot 20-something hippie, but now she's, like, in her 60s, and but there's still, like, Nandor still, like, loves her, and it's sad. And it turns out that, yeah, she was turned into a werewolf by a werewolf man. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a good show. Andrew, before this podcast, was like, we don't know what's going to happen. Our game is wide open. And since then, the door has been thoroughly slammed shut.
Yeah, then Derrick Henry did a Derrick Henry thing.
And now I'm desperately wishing for those 12 points back, because Julio didn't really do much for the rest of the game. So, could really do with those 2 touchdowns.
They're going to go into
that got wiped off the
overtime.
board.
Julio could score the overtime
Still
touchdown game
alive.
winner.
It's still alive. So could Ty Lockett by that logic.
Or Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I'm really going to need Aaron Rodgers to underperform again, and also Patrick Mahomes to do some Patrick Mahomes stuff for me to win my game.
I would very much like Aaron Rodgers to not underperform again.
How are we feeling?
As a Packers fan.
Yeah. How are we feeling about the Lions game? How are we feeling going into that tomorrow?
It's going to be a bellwether.
Yeah.
No?
In that, yeah, if we lose, it's time to really reevaluate things.
Because we got slaughtered by the Saints last week, and then the Saints couldn't put up a fight against the Sam Darnold-led Carolina Panthers.
Sam Darnold did good week 1 too. Like, there's a chance that Adam Gase
No. I'm not saying
Jets
that, like,
just
Sam Darnold is a piece of
toxic.
shit quarterback. I'm fully in the boat of, yeah, Adam Gase just kind of broke him, and the Jets didn't necessarily need to draft Zach Wilson.
Oh my God, Zach fucking Wilson! At one point he was 0 for 2 with 2 interceptions. I think he ended with 4.
Yeah, 4 picks.
He might have had 5. It was fucking rough, man.
And the Jets.
T-Law didn't look great either, though. Oh, Fields didn't look that great
No,
either.
nobody
none
did.
Of the rookies looked fantastic today, and Fields had his first extended playing time. I don't know. I guess Mac Jones probably looked solid again.
Yeah, I did not watch the game.
He's turning out to be just another solid game manager type player.
I hate it.
Also, Mac Jones' real name is Michael, which I found out because they fucking put that in the league leaders in today's games.
It said Michael
Jones.
Jones.
Like, Michael Jones, Patriots, 120 passing yards. And I was like, what? Is there a wide receiver named Michael Jones that threw 2 reverse passes?
And that wasn't just like an error, right?
No, it's because his real name is Michael Jones. And Mac is just his nickname. So whoever was putting together that league leaders list
you want to know
his
why
name.
his nickname is Mac?
Oh, no.
Because his middle name is McCorkle. His name is Michael McCorkle Jones.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. At least on Wikipedia. I guess that could be fake.
Oh.
My name is Mike. They call me Big Mac. The 1-ton Jimmy and the itty-bitty sack.
His parents gave him the middle name of McCorkle.
Yeah.
That's got to be like a family name.
Oh, God, what's the...
If you look at, like, that shirtless pic that you love so much of Mac Jones and tell me You don't get the McCorkle
No,
vibe.
that should have been his first name. His name should be McCorkle Michael Jones.
I'm sorry, I have to do the rest of the verses from that song. My ball shrinky dinky because the roids are so strong, but it only makes the aforementioned Jimmy Jam look long. Lonely Island.
Fucking Bash Brothers, man. That was fucking underrated. That probably should have made our top 10s, whatever year it came out.
You'd call that a meme?
You know, it's a visual album. No, I feel like we could have called that a TV show, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I guess it's a visual album, but I don't know.
Could have called it a movie.
It doesn't really fit in anything else. Yeah, it's split up into, like, episodes, but I don't know, yeah. It would have stretched the definition for sure.
There was definitely a, what would you call it? Like, an honorable mention, at the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. But, yeah, I'm going to go 0-2 in both my leagues, I think. Which is fun.
Yeah. Comeback kid!
At least Antonio Brown didn't ball out again, so I think my assessment might have been correct that the Buccaneers are just never going to have a startable
I know. Every week it's going to be someone different. I mean, I think you and I agreed on Antonio Brown's value of like, yeah, he might have a couple of good weeks here and there, and he might
just never be able to predict them.
But I'm like, man, I really need wide receiver depth, and Jared Jeudy might not play for 6 weeks, so he's dead to me. And
meanwhile, I've got all the depth in the world.
I had 2 different people reach out to me asking for trades for Chris Carson this weekend. And one of them was our good friend Ian, who then tried to like sell me on the value of his guys. I'm like, I just don't think we're going to agree on the value here. And because he was like, yeah, no, like what about like Rob Gronkowski or Cooper Kupp? Cooper Kupp's a wide receiver 1, and Rob Gronkowski's maybe the most valuable tight end. Yeah, honestly, like it wouldn't even make sense for me to trade those guys to you. Like that's too much. I'm like, Chris Carson's like a rock solid RB2, like could be a top 10 guy. Cooper Kupp, I'm not really sold on him. And then Cooper Kupp had like 160 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Gronk scored 2 touchdowns and had like 20 fantasy points or something. And
I don't trust Gronk.
No.
Kupp is a legitimate.
Yeah, no, I don't trust
have
Gronk
no
either.
faith in
Like
Gronk.
Kupp would have been nice. Now it's kind of looking like it wasn't a fluke and that he is just Matt Stafford's favorite target.
But is Matt Stafford's favorite target really worth a solid running back 2 nowadays? Like, there's like 10 of them. There's like 10 dudes that are considered at that level at this point. It's fucking
And that's
rough.
the thing, is that there's a bunch of wide receivers that I could start and be okay with. There's only like, a dozen startable running backs in the NFL at any given time. So like they're clearly more valuable. That doesn't mean that they're going to score more points than those wide receivers. Those wide receivers might score a ton more points. Like Chris Carson could end the season as running back 8 and average like 12 points a game.
Yeah.
And we have a relatively small league. What are people in 16-team leagues doing right now?
16 teams
Okay.
is
Yeah.
aggressive.
10,
I'd say 12.
All right.
12 is probably the most common format. Yeah, 12 team. I'm in a 10, and 10's pretty rough. The talent dips considerably. Like I traded Antonio Brown because I had no faith in him to be like a week in and week out starter. In my other league, I started Antonio Brown. Like that's literally just what it was. It was like, was I going to start Mike Davis or Elijah Mitchell over him? Like, Tyler Boyd, I guess. In hindsight, I guess I should have started Tyler Boyd or Devin Singletary, but at the time, no one was really putting those guys over him, so no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fun time. Fantasy football's back.
Hell yeah. And we love to hate it.
Hate to love it.
But we love that you took the time to check out episode 157 of the Voluntary Viewing Podcast, which will most likely be titled Skeezy Anime Gacha Game Review. I'm not hearing objections. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you like what you heard, like, comment, subscribe, etc. Check us out on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some highlight clips. Email us your questions and business opportunities, voluntaryviewing@gmail.com. You can support us on Patreon if you're feeling generous and join the likes of the terrific Tiffany Cole, Sucky Badger, and sensual Richard Nixon. Also, be sure to check out the ActBlue link in that description to help a collection of great progressive causes. Follow us on Twitter for updates at V2_podcast, and follow me at Lucas DeRuyter on Twitter to keep up with all of my writing. Have a great week, everyone. Good luck with it. Good luck with whatever you have going on.